Hey guys, what's up? It's WrestleMania season vibes all around, and we're diving right into the latest wave of wild stories, rumors, and updates shaking up the wrestling world. From big award drama to potential character shifts, backstage frustrations, surprise signings, legal releases, and even some heartwarming off-screen moments mixed with the usual controversies, there's a lot to unpack right now in early 2026. Starting with Jey Uso and that most overrated wrestler label that's been making waves. In the Wrestling Observer newsletter's fan-voted awards for 2025, Jey pulled in a hefty 322 votes to claim the unwanted top spot, edging out CM Punk's 177, Jade Cargill's 89, Evil's 44, and Seth Rollins' 42. On the surface, it seems odd because 2025 was huge for Jey. He won the Men's Royal Rumble, captured the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 41, and later added the World Tag Team titles alongside his brother Jimmy. That's a resume most wrestlers dream of in a single year. But the online backlash has been intense and consistent. Clips of his Royal Rumble win, his big title victory at Mania, and even a Raw Battle Royal triumph racked up massive dislike ratios on YouTube. A lot of fans felt those spotlight moments came at the expense of other favorites like LA Knight, and there's this ongoing argument that his push feels forced. Critics say his character relies too much on the YEET catchphrase without real in-ring growth or evolution to back it up. Add in the botches that have happened throughout the year. Because whenever Jey has a noticeable slip, it turns into a viral story, and it fuels a narrative that WWE has doubled down on him despite the clear pushback from parts of the audience. Is it purely an internet echo chamber thing? Though, live crowds still pop huge for his entrances. His merch keeps moving off the shelves, and it's got that undeniable charisma that connects in arenas. On Instagram, Jey addressed the award without going on a defensive rant or meltdown like he sometimes does. He kept it short and cheeky, posting something along the lines of, "You'll really love me," basically brushing it off with sarcasm and owning the heat in his own way. It's a shift from past reactions, showing his leaning into the polarization rather than fighting it. Interestingly, the same awards had Booker T voted as the worst television announcer and WWE itself as the worst promotion of the year, which highlights just how divided the fan base can be right now. So is Jey truly the most overrated guy in wrestling at the moment? The votes say yes for some, but the results and reactions tell a more complicated story of love, hate, and everything in between. Next up, Finn Balor might be signaling a big change in his direction, and it played out at a recent live event rather than on TV. At a WWE house show in Lubbock, Balor faced off against Javon Evans in what should have been a standard match. But the entrance caught everyone off guard. He didn't come out to the Judgment Day's theme. Instead, he brought back Catch Your Breath, the song tied to his original main roster babyface run years ago. For longtime fans, that track isn't just nostalgia. It represents a completely different era of Finn, one where he was a high-flying, hopeful underdog rather than the scheming heel. In the ring, the shift continued. He worked the match with babyface energy, hit his classic entrance poses, and after picking up the win, he helped Javon to his feet and hit the iconic Too Sweet gesture in a show of respect. House shows often serve as testing grounds for WWE to gauge reactions without the pressure of national TV. So this felt deliberate. The whole presentation pointed toward one thing, a potential exit from the Judgment Day and a return to babyface territory. There have been subtle hints on television too, like in his recent match with CM Punk where he flashed some babyface tendencies before snapping back to heel mode. If this is a direction WWE is heading, we should see more obvious signs on Raw or SmackDown soon. It could build toward a major storyline, maybe even a WrestleMania clash with Dominic Mysterio to capitalize on the faction drama. Nothing's official yet, but between the music switch, the in-ring style, and the post-match moment, it definitely feels like something significant is brewing for Finn. Shifting to behind-the-scenes talk, there's real frustration among WWE wrestlers when it comes to creative and how it's impacting things like ticket sales for WrestleMania 42. The event at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas has already rolled out a 25% discount promotion because sales aren't pacing as strongly as hoped. TKO officials have reportedly expressed unhappiness with the current trajectory, and according to reports from Sean Rossap on Fightful Select, that concern is legitimate inside the company. Talent are especially annoyed about the tightening of complimentary tickets. Comps for friends and family that used to be easier to get are now much harder because tickets aren't moving fast enough. This has been building for months, and it's reached a point where some performers are no longer waiting on company policy. Instead, they're negotiating those perks directly into their contracts. Sapp even noted that Roman Reigns has advised younger talent to do exactly that. If you want something, don't assume it'll be handed to you. Lock it in writing. This shift from informal perks to contractual demands shows how deep the frustration runs. It's not just about comps anymore. It's a symptom of broader worries over creative direction and how it's affecting business. With WrestleMania still months away, plans are likely still fluid, and there could be changes to Elimination Chamber or the Mania card itself as they try to build momentum. Triple H has reportedly not been thrilled with some of the original ideas, but constant last-minute flips aren't ideal either. By February, you'd expect more concrete long-term booking. So if things stay this loose, it could spell trouble for the Big Show. On a different note, former UFC heavyweight champion and one-time WWE performer Cain Velasquez is out of prison. He was released on parole on February 15, 2026, after serving time related to a 2022 incident. Velasquez had chased down and shot at a man he believed had molested his young son, though he ended up wounding an unrelated person in the process. He avoided a much harsher sentence by taking a plea deal, resulting in 5 years, but with time served and good behavior credits, he got out earlier. He'll now be on supervised parole for several more years. Wrestling fans remember him from his brief WWE run, where he notably challenged Brock Lesnar at a major pay-per-view. It's a heavy story with real-life consequences, and his release marks the end of that chapter for now. Speaking of moves between promotions, a former tag team has officially jumped ship and landed in AEW. After dropping the TNA Knockouts Tag Team Championships to the Elegance brand last month, the I-Inspiration, Cassie Lee and Jessica McKay, parted ways with TNA. Rumors swirled about a possible AEW appearance, maybe even at Grand Slam Australia, but that didn't happen right away. Instead, they showed up at an AEW House Rules event in Brisbane, Australia, on February 15th. They competed against Frankie B and Aisha, picked up the win, and then cut a promo confirming they are now All Elite. They grabbed the MIC post-match to make it official and introduce themselves to any fans who might not know their history. No details yet on contract length, but it's a multi-year deal according to reports, and it's exciting to see them back in a major spotlight after their TNA run. Back in WWE, fans think they've cracked the case on the masked man who attacked Austin Theory on a recent Raw. Speculation points heavily to Grayson Waller, Theory's former tag partner. After the segment, screenshots circulated online zooming in on the attacker's black shoes, which matched the exact pair Waller was wearing during Clash in Paris weekend last year. Side-by-side comparisons blew up fast, and the footwear looked too identical to be random. Storyline-wise, the eventual reveal is rumored to tie into Seth Rollins as part of a bigger creative arc, but the physical details suggest Waller was the one executing the attack. WWE probably told him to be more careful with details like wardrobe next time to avoid these eagle-eyed fan breakdowns. On the personal side, love is winning for a couple of rising WWE stars. Stephanie Baker and Miles Bourne made their relationship Instagram official on Valentine's Day with a cozy photo together. Comments flooded in with congrats almost immediately. Bourne posted a sweet message calling her Mi Amor and Mi Campiona, while Baker shared similar affection. Rumors have been around since earlier in 2025, and NXT's Obafemi even name-dropped Bourne as a boyfriend in a promo segment back in May. They've appeared together on social media plenty since then, but this Valentine's post sealed it. No more speculation. It's a wholesome bright spot amid all the drama, and fans are wishing them the best. Randy Orton gave everyone a feel-good moment away from the ring too. On Valentine's Day, he took his daughter Brooklyn to her first dad-daughter dance at school. His wife Kim posted adorable photos of Randy looking sharp in formal wear, standing proudly next to Brooklyn in her dress. The images went viral quickly, with fans praising the Viper for showing his softer, fatherly side. It's nice to see these human moments that remind everyone these larger-than-life performers have real families and priorities outside the squared circle. No RKO surprises at the dance, thankfully. WWE stirred up some buzz and backlash with a recent promo tied to AAA's Rey de Reyes tournament. They dropped a 64-second vignette featuring the original El Grande Americano, delivering message in fluent Spanish accusing someone of stealing his gimmick. It's over-the-top satire, with lines about identity theft, impersonating a Mexican luchador, singing in Spanish, and dating a Mexican woman while claiming authenticity. He vows to win the tournament, the sword, and represent Lucha Libre properly, ending with Viva Mexico, Viva Lucha Libre, Viva El Grande Americano. The parody nature is clear. It's poking fun at cultural appropriation angles, but fans zeroed in on what they saw as obvious generative AI elements in the visuals. Criticism rolled in about WWE using AI for a billion-dollar company, calling it lazy production, especially after similar gripes earlier in 2025. Defenders argue the exaggerated style fits a character's ridiculous parody perfectly, and since it's two non-Mexican performers playing a Mexican gimmick in an over-the-top way, AI visuals aren't the real issue. It did its job sparking conversation, but the AI debate added another layer to the backlash. Finally, Logan Paul is back in the headlines with controversy surrounding his rare Pikachu Illustrator PSA 10 card. He bought it for $5.275 million in 2021 and even wore it during a WrestleMania entrance. It became central to Liquid Marketplace, the platform he co-founded for fractional ownership of high-value collectibles. People could buy digital tokens representing shares. But regulators in Ontario accuse the platform of fraud, including selling unregistered securities, operating without licenses, misleading investors, and misusing around $3 million in funds. The platform collapsed, and now the card is up for auction again, with bids topping $6.6 million. The big question is ownership. If those fractional tokens didn't legally transfer enforceable rights to the physical card, investors might only have claims against the failed platform, not the asset itself. If they were promised real ownership, selling without resolving that could open legal doors. Logan posted on X saying, "Goodbye, my friend," about letting it go, but a user replied asking about their share as a fractional owner, and Logan blocked them. It echoes past issues like the CryptoZoo lawsuit. So yes, more potential trouble looms depending on what investors can prove. That's a rundown on the wildest stories circulating right now. Plenty of highs, lows, and everything in between. Drop your thoughts in the comments on which one has you most hyped or heated, and stay tuned for more updates as we head deeper into WrestleMania season. Catch you next time with fresh wrestling content.